Hey, this is Justin. Thank you for downloading and listening to the J&J Talk Show. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen or favor our show on Spotify apps or Facebook. You can also listen live on YouTube on the J&J Talk Show. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the J&J Talk Show. I am Justin. It is December the 2nd, and I hope everyone is well on this fine Thursday. We got a big show for you today. I'll tell you this. Let's not waste any time here, okay? Let's go ahead and thank the equipment that we're using in order to make this show possible. And the first people I like to thank is StreamYard, okay? It is the home of the J&J Talk Show. If you're looking to create your own studio, if you're looking to create your own podcast, videos, YouTube videos, whatever you're looking for, if you're looking at for business purposes, StreamYard is the place to go. Head on over to StreamYard.com and start making your dreams a reality. Let's also give thanks to Placeit. Create your mock-ups, logos, and videos through Placeit. The J&J Talk Show is proud to be using Placeit to create all of their logos. Placeit by Envato. Head on over to Placeit.net for your free trial. With the Placeit, I also like to thank Canva. Canva is the application that we're using for our little 3-minute commercial breaks that you guys see often. I got some new ones coming up. If you haven't looked earlier this week, and I mean, they're pretty cool. So I like Canva. If you're looking to needing to create your own little videos, whatever the case for your social media platforms, that head on over there. Let's thank Epidemic Sound. Discover your world-class artists, composers, and bands. Find the perfect soundtrack and give your social media accounts the music they deserve. Epidemic Sound is a licensed music and noise effect. Check out Epidemic Sound for more information. Also, last but not least, Stream Elements. With one click above a button, you could create and start selling merchandise. Hey, listen, if you're looking for the right gift this, wintertime, we're in December. People are looking for presents and gifts and galore and all that stuff. Head on over to our merchandise page. That's right. We have a merchandise page. It is merch.streamelements.com / JJ Talk Show. Once again, that is merch.streamelements.com / JJ Talk Show, and collect your merchandise there. Like I said, it's a simple application. If you're looking to if you want to start creating your own, okay, head on over to streamelements.com. Okay, they have several platforms and templates for you to use and to base yourself on. They have t-shirts, mugs, hoodies, jackets, front, back shirts, designs, mouse pads, um, iPhone cases, phone cases in general. So head on over to streamelements.com if you want to try that out. And while you're doing that, stop by our merchandise page and buy some merchandise. Hey, it's a holiday season. Not only it's also getting cold outside. It's been 40. I mean, I'm starting to, the weather is starting to take effect on me, myself, and I. So stay warm out there. But listen, we got 2 hours for you today. NFL Week 13 taking you right up to 11:30 here this morning. Listen, MLB is officially under lockdown. Okay, that means no free agency. Nothing is able to be done in the major league organization. See how long that takes into effect. Um, We got a lot of great promotions we'll be promoting throughout the show. If you guys are looking for if you guys are looking to do something here. If you're in Northern Kentucky and Cincinnati residents, you're looking to do something this Saturday night, I have the perfect thing for you guys to do. We have NWF Wrestling here, December the 4th at Ludlow Theater in Kentucky. Okay, tickets are on sale now. $8 online, $10 at the front door. I know Trey booked our tickets here already, so we're gonna be going. It's gonna be fun, exciting time. They're great wrestling. Compare them to WWE and professional wrestling that you see on TV. Go out there, you have yourself a good time, and listen. This is kind of the platform and the stepping stone of where these athletes you talk about a Finn Balor, a Becky Lynch, MJF. They've all been through something like this, a local community wrestling program, and then they've had to pay their dues. And it was very entertaining last week when we went, not only to see the Monster Abyss, but now, listen, we get Trey to be converted over as a big fan. So we got a lot of things going on for you today, 2 hours here. Stay tuned. Listen, all right. If you're listening, whether you're watching us live on YouTube, if you're on, you could also listen to us on Spotify afterwards. Each and every episode gets put up within an hour on Spotify. If you want to reach out to us, leave us a comment down below. We'll get to those comments. You could also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Great. We all been promoting the platforms here. So listen, there's not a reason why you can't listen to us. And if you want to reach out to us, why you can't reach out to us. Hey, if you want to come on the show, let us know. Talk to us. Hey, we can get you on the show. We'll get some guests on the show and talk about whatever you want to talk about for the time being. So not a chance, a reason why we can't have anyone. So I know we're already getting a lot of buzz right in here. So let's jump right into it. All right, um, let's bring in our good pal Jake. Jake, what's going on? It's been a whole week
Yeah,
since we last spoke. A lot of things have happened. We've had a lot of wrestling stuff going on, and you'll get into that here. We got a lot of you've also been broadcasting here.
yeah,
So kind of catch us up in the last week or so.
yeah. This past Sunday and Monday, we crowned our Cup Series champion and our Truck Series champion. This past Sunday, we crowned our Cup Series champion, which is Ron Racing. Congratulations to him. And then this past Monday, we crowned a Truck Series champion in incredible fashion as it was Ski Mask Sleazy with the W, with the championship win. And I can honestly say it's probably been the best week for Thunder Valley Racing League. It's been so incredible because it goes to show how much all four drivers in both series wanted to win the championship. From the Cup Series, there was a situation that ended up playing in a fuel strategy. Ron Racing took advantage of that, and even though he didn't win the race, he still wanted the championship. Ski Mask in the race earlier on Monday. Early in the race, he struggled in stage one or stage two, got involved in an accident, and managed to make a really interesting strategy and wins the race and wins the championship against his best friend in D Blood. So it's been a lot busy up in the TVR offices. We do have an announcement, and I'll get to that later on. And I do want to say thank you guys from all of TVR for joining us. We have Plays Officials, which, by the way, I do want to mention. He did win this Sunday's race. It was his first win, so congratulations to him. And, honestly, I can't wait for next Monday. But, yeah, it's definitely been a lot busy up in the broadcast booth. And, Justin, I definitely do want to tell you thank you from all of us here. Thank you for allowing us to get a chance to promote Thunder Valley Racing League. It's been a lot of fun. It's definitely been the best time to be a racing fan. If you're not involved with it, please check us out on Facebook.com/Thunder Valley Racing League and YouTube.com/Thunder Valley Racing League as well.
Yeah, listen, not a problem. Listen, I don't. We don't have our show is not directly on whatever we want to talk about. You're part of the show just as anyone else.
Yeah.
Listen, I appreciate you saying thank you, but listen, This is I never actually watched any sort of gaming racing like this until
Yeah.
I tune in. And you talk about having they have Major League Baseball, um, leagues on for the PlayStation or for
Mhm.
gaming. They had the NFL, the Madden series over in New York. So the fact that they have something for racing is
Yeah.
great, and I mean it's only growing, and hopefully it's going to grow more over time. But it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of effort. Now you listen. I listen to some of your broadcasting, and I love broadcasting. I'll tell you that play-by-play commentary. And listen, you don't make it look easy by a far stretch, and I know it's not easy. I was just
No.
telling you this in the pre-show here. Before we went on, listen, it is a different atmosphere calling it on the field and actually live. If you actually went to Talladega and all that stuff and actually called it down there on the field, compared to calling it at home or wherever you were at, watching the
Yeah.
stream and then trying to get multiple people involved like it was a real thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, that's impressive. That sounded like it was really fun to watch.
Well, I mean, the thing is, though, is that if you have a group of guys who are very passionate, who love the sport of racing, when it comes to NASCAR, you got to know exactly what you're talking about. And, for a broadcaster's point of view, is that, you have to understand the strategies. The game doesn't give
Mhm.
us any lap counters. So, yet, thankfully, we have an in race reporter at the time, which is Melton for both races. Shout out to Melton. And it helps us out so we know what lap they're on, what type of strategy they're going to have. Each result, we have to understand it from a driver's perspective, and it's definitely been a challenge, to say the least, because eventually, hopefully, we will have a game that gives us the lap counter, that gives us the tally to where everyone is at. So yet, with those cameras that you see on the broadcast, we
Mhm.
have to follow them. We have to understand where they're at, where they come out of the pit road. It's every little thing that you
Right.
have to do. And it's definitely
I mean,
challenging, but at the end of the day, I definitely love being challenged to step up my broadcasting skills.
well, I mean, just in figured, if you actually went down to Daytona or something like that, right, and you actually watched and broadcasted there, you're up in the booth broadcasting. You have people
Yeah,
feeding you information. On top of that, you have because there's so many things going on around the track. You guys are
yeah,
trying to, pay attention to everything. There's multiple reporters on the field when it comes down to the comparison of a real thing, but to be able to
yeah.
have multiple reporters on the inside, now I'm just assuming, let me know. Everyone is playing at their houses or whatever they can stream from, and they're all
Yeah,
tuning
yeah.
in, logging into it. But it's like you're only getting one angle of this,
Mhm.
compared to other angles that you should be getting.
Well, that's the beauty part about the broadcasting, is that if you're missing out something, you have more than just myself. You have
Yeah.
either the in race reporter or two other individuals. And this past Sunday it was myself, DJ, and Cushion Pushing. And then
Yeah.
Monday it was TCW, myself, and
Are
I.
you guys all watching the same screen, or is
Yeah,
there
yeah, yeah, yeah.
different view angles?
It's yeah. So pretty much with the cameras that they have for the game,
Uh-huh.
it's like I could be going from one driver, then the other person can go to whoever driver to where they're at,
Yeah.
and I mean, so we wouldn't miss a thing. So if we hear a caution going up and turn forward, then we go straight to that driver that got
You have
involved with the
different angles
incident.
for cameras. Okay, that's
We
that's
have
very nice.
It's definitely nice, and if you guys checked in on the stream, I go
Uh-huh.
to the driver's cam, which is
Right.
the top of the car, top of the truck, and
Yeah.
it helps us out a lot because whenever Ski Mask was chasing D Blood in the Truck Series race, it helped us guys a chance to see how close Ski Mask was pushing his truck, or how far D Blood was pulling ahead from the field. I mean,
Right.
camera angles like that helps us out a lot because it gives a story to the viewers, to the fans, on what the situation would be per race.
Yeah. I mean, I was watching everything. How do you guys delegate on like, okay, you're doing play by play and you're
Hmm.
calling all the action on the field. Between everyone else though, how do you guys delegate the roles? Okay, you guys need to be looking out for this. You need to be looking out for this. Let me know when this happens. Does that get determined, or is that just by ear and how the race goes, or?
Really, truly, we don't really have like meetings. Like, yeah, like before we'll start when we usually do the pre-show. Before the pre-show, I usually just say, they know that I am the play-by-play maker. I'm the guy that's having to be what is known as
Uh,
like the Michael Cole of it, the Mike Joy, the Rick
yeah.
Allen, or whoever you want to know me as, and then we can have guys who will give us their perspective because as long as you're racing the game, as long as you know what you're talking about, then you don't have to have like some sort of standards
Right.
because everyone has the ability to be able to get a chance to talk for themselves. Because like that's like with Sunday cushion pushing, he helped me out on the strategies. DJ helped me out with the battles that we had, and then
Right.
Monday. Honestly, Monday TCW was he was supposed to, he was me and him pretty much both kind of shared the play-by-play making stuff, but I also gave my perspective on that. And then I think it was Del Gastro that was with us Monday, and he helped us out in just that sort of time. So you don't really need to have like, okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to call. I'll do the playmaking. He'll do this or do that. It's just
Well,
have
no, I mean,
have. I would
normally
say
you
have the
have
freedom.
normally you have a play-by-play. Okay, like let's look at wrestling, right?
Yeah,
Michael Cole's a play-by-play for SmackDown. Uh, he's with Pat McAfee, right?
yeah,
Sometimes Corey Grave will tune on to that. So, like for example, um, let's get to this here really fast.
yeah,
Let me just pop this up while you're listening to me. Um, so here's the thing. So Michael Boldu is responsible by play. You
yeah.
have Corey Graves. Whenever he shows up, he breaks down the wrestling aspect of things,
Hmm.
and then Pat McAfee is giving you the fan reaction
Yeah,
on audio wise. Does that make sense? So, like, if you're listening to a football game, right? You're listening to Tony Romo, whoever his partner is. You got one guy doing play by play, and the other one's
I
doing
think it's Jim
analysis.
Nance. Yeah.
Right. And so Jim Nance is doing the play by play. Tony Romo's breaking down the plays. Okay. How you should be calling this, should be calling that, whatever the case may be. So I guess that's what I'm kind of asking you, which you gave me the example of, you're doing play by play, which all you're focused on is giving me the play by play, right?
Yeah,
Telling
yeah,
me, painting that image inside my head on what's going on if I'm listening to it, right? Your job is to paint that image inside my head as if I'm listening to it.
yeah,
And I've
yeah.
always liked it that way. I know we do our broadcast on YouTube, and I know that you guys stream through YouTube. But
Hmm.
here's the thing: you guys, I've always felt that broadcasting needs to be a visual, visual image inside your head.
Yeah.
And regardless if it's on the radio or if it's on TV, when you call the game, you got to be able to visual, and it's a lot harder to do. I tell you that.
Oh yeah.
But like when later on this season, when we go out through, I'll be calling some baseball games, through the channel, in order. I'll be a solo guy. I got to have everything right there and then. But all I'm getting from is a TV perspective compared to maybe trying to go out to a game.
Oh
But
yeah.
listen, it's not easy. It's definitely difficult. And it takes a team to do it. I think you can, but I don't know if you should be doing it alone if you have
I
to.
mean, there's times where I did had to do the race by myself, and I will tell you this, broadcasting a race by yourself, it is definitely probably one of the most difficult times. By the way, shout out to Ski Masters in the comments right now. It's definitely not easy because like you're by yourself, and then at times, I don't know if you watch the National NASCAR race, but Fox does this thing called "Crank It
Yeah,
Up," which is allowing the engine speak for itself, to speak for the words,
yeah,
and then for a short period of time, that's when I get back into it. And speaking of the Truck Series champion, there he is in the comments. Ski Master Leezy, what's going on, man? Hoping you have a great one. And yeah, but this is why I would rather have someone. It could be just one person. It could be just two people. It can be just three people, like you saw from Sunday and Monday. As long as we have the help that we need, which we've had
right,
tremendous amount of help to all the guys who have helped us out in the broadcast booth, it makes it a lot easier than just doing it by yourself. Because you can't
right,
say, oh, well, but then you end up missing something. You end up missing something that you don't know about, and then you're having to, go to that camera, but instead you have someone helping you out, let you know that that's what the situation's going on.
Right. Yeah. No, listen, it's exciting. We have more to talk about. You know, we do. We're
Oh yeah,
not. This is have such a great time. We have a promotion to promote everyone coming up next. Okay, we do have to step away. I apologize for everyone, but we got to take a quick break. Enjoy this little video while we do so. Okay, when we come back, we're going to continue talking about uh, Thunder Valley Racing League. Okay, they got a
yep.
promotion going on for this Monday night. Jake will get right into it when we come back. We got AEW coming up here. He's going to bring up a lot of wrestling here in the next segment, as well as NFL breakdown. We take you until 11:30 right here on the J&J Talk Show. Welcome back, everyone, for a 2-hour episode of the J&J Talk Show as we break down NFL Week number 13 right here. I'm joined by Jake. Listen, we talked about Thunder Valley Racing. Okay, Jake's been the broadcaster for Thunder. Now, Jake, do you actually race in any of them?
Yeah. So I actually do race. I did race in the Truck Series. And I will admit this. I was always the guy that gave myself a hard time because there was no way I could be able to compete with guys like Skiing, Y'all Ain't Ready Racing, or any of these incredible drivers. But it was actually Ski Mask and Y'all Ain't Ready Racing who helped me. There was a situation where I needed to get into the playoffs. I had to defeat Atomic Waste, I believe, in the situation. And our final regular season race before the playoffs was Eldora, And so I had to make sure that I got a chance to be able to have that opportunity to go into the playoffs. I mean, I can't really tell how many points I was below the cutoff line, but one of the racers couldn't get a chance to race anymore. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take advantage of this. And I managed to stay up in the top 5, top 3 throughout the whole race. And then it was stage 3, which, what a coincidence, I was battling with Ski Mask on like the final laps of the race, and we had lap traffic. So it was lap traffic that helped me get a chance to move on to the playoffs by finishing ahead of Ski in my first ever top 3. Then I got eliminated right around Homestead. I got involved with some non-playoff drivers, but they did award me with the most improved driver, which was really awesome. I didn't really deserve it, but I've always done the racing, and it was always fun. And I definitely do want to send a shout out to Ski and y'all at Radio Racer for helping me get myself better as a driver. We've always practiced. We've always helped one another with the setups, anything that we need to know for us to be able to get a fast lap time. So shout out to those guys.
Yeah, listen, talking about it, you guys have another race coming up here on next Monday. This coming up Monday night, right?
Yes.
Let me go ahead and review it. It's December 6th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time start time. How long? Okay, this is in Talladega. This is a Cup Series. Let me get rid of this Thunder Valley Racing promo so we can see the entire page. All right, so we got the rare times 2. This is all the racers. Is this official, or there may be more?
So if you see right there on where it says where times 2 is that we're going to be having an all-star opening, which is for drivers who have not got a chance to win or not got a chance to be a part of it. We're going to be doing a very special race for those who have not won a race or anything like that. They will get a chance to earn their way into the all-star race. So that
starts at 8 o'clock.
That starts at 8 o'clock. Yes, I will be in the broadcast booth. I think if I can get TC to join me, because I know he'll be part of the main race. Talladega, myself, D-Blood, and TC, we talked about it after one of the races. It's like, why not? Let's have a super speedway. And that's exactly where we're heading to. We're heading to Talladega, probably one of the best, one of the funnest tracks on the game, because you don't really have to worry about braking. It's all about having the right strategy. And plus, even if it's all about running with whoever's in front of you, like you can end up running with someone you don't like, and you have to work your way up towards the front. There's a lot of things that you have to do to be able to work your way up towards the front. And that's what I like about super speedway racing, is that you don't really have an enemy. You don't really have a friend. It's whoever's in front of you is going to help you take the lead up to the front. Granted, there is one thing that everyone's going to have to work on, and that is watch out for the wrecks. The wrecks at super speedways like Daytona, Talladega, you have to be careful, because if, let's say, for instance, you have 3 trucks or 3 cars going to the pit road, and those behind you do not realize it, and then they can end up, hitting each other, wrecking each other from that sort of standpoint. But for me as a broadcaster, I love Talladega, I love Daytona, because it's not only fun to race on the racetrack, but it's also one of the best tracks to be able to call, because there's so many things that can end up leading up to a huge collision. And I do think that it'll be something special for all of us to watch. So yeah, all-star opening at 8 o'clock. I will be a part of it. I will get a chance to be a part of that. Hopefully, hopefully I get some TCW or maybe Ski Mask if she wants to join. Either way, we'll definitely have fun. And then we get to the main race, 9 o'clock Eastern, all on the YouTube channel. Do not miss it out. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, so let me get this right. So 8 o'clock, you guys starting to stream live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
You guys you will be broadcasting that.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes, I will.
So at least right now, solo, you may have 1 or 2 can jump in and join you.
And
then at 9 o'clock when the actual race starts, are you in the race?
No, I will be on the broadcast booth.
But you're on the broadcast booth. Now, broadcast booth can't be in the race, obviously.
No,
Kevin, right?
no. No, I mean, unless you're the in-race reporter. I mean, the in-race reporter tells us, how many laps we have
There we go. We
left,
got we
or
got Ski Mask going to be jumping in the booth with you.
yeah,
So,
awesome. Ski
thank you.
Mask,
Hey, Jake needs some support here. I mean, listen, listen. I think we could establish this, and it comes with the talk show as well as broadcasting. The more, the better, because then you're not
yeah.
one person relying on all of the information.
So I actually have a story that involves Ski Mask, and I'll like for me, him for being the friends as long as we have. He actually did make him and a friend of mine of ours named Sporty Morty actually made a really huge impact when it comes to the broadcasting. I hope you don't mind me sharing a little story with you guys.
What?
So before Thunder Valley Racing League, we was all part of a league called White Knuckle Racing, and I remember being a part of the main trucks. We had like those who want to earn to the main race, and then there was those who race the main race. And the cock review I won't forget. But anyways, but also I remember Sporty was doing solo by himself, and I was thinking to myself, well, I mean, broadcasting might be fun. I mean, you're not really doing anything face to face. You're just do audio, kind of like the radio. And so I asked Sporty. He asked the owner if I can be able to get a chance to join, and until Ski got a chance to join, I pretty much called half of the Bartonsville race. And then Ski Mask would do the podcast for White Knuckle Racing, and that's when I was thinking to myself, just imagine how awesome it'd be, just for me to be able to get a chance to do the broadcast and the podcast. I mean, Ski Mask was always one of those guys that you can just be in the booth with, or you can just chill around, and you can tell that he'll make some sort of impact. And with him and Sporty doing the broadcast and stuff, it makes me want to do more. It makes me want to go
Right.
out there and start doing broadcasting stuff. I may
Yeah.
not be the best, but it will definitely help me out and get a chance for me to be able
You know,
to
hey,
prove
hey,
myself
listen, how many
tomorrow.
times have I stumbled over myself? I do the promotion at the beginning of the show each and every time, and I cannot get that down to the T. I should be able to have it down by now, considering I do it 4 or 5 times a week. So, I mean, you're
But
never going to be perfect, and that's fine. I mean, you don't have to be perfect as long as you keep going. It builds,
yeah,
it builds over time. Hey, let me ask you this: you said you work Sunday.
mhm.
What time will you be able to come on the show Sunday night?
yeah,
9:30.
yeah. So
All right, let me ask you
yeah,
this. Let's get a racer on. Who wants to come on and talk about the racing aspect Sunday night, a day before the race? Reach out to you
ooh,
guys, reach out to the racers. Let's find one of them. Okay,
yeah,
whoever wants to come on our show, 15-minute segment, and we could all talk about the upcoming race on Monday night. How about that? Does that
yeah.
sound good?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I will be there on Sunday,
So
a
who
little bit late,
That's
but
fine. So who wants? I'm gonna give a shout out now. If you wanna, if you're a racer, okay, let's pop up the list again. Here, hold on. Let's check this out.
yeah.
Um, sorry, come here. So I got plays underscore official. He's
Yep.
interested.
Hmm.
Okay, but let's check this out. All right, so let's check out the list really fast.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Ski Mask. Where
Yep.
you at? Come on, let's jump on in Sunday.
Honestly,
Okay.
I would love to see Ski Mask and play as official, considering the fact that Ski Mask
Okay.
is a OG of the league. He's the veteran of the league, and
Now,
this might be the first
is
time.
plays official? Is he gonna be? Is he in the initial race, or is he in the pre-race
Yeah,
event
yeah. So
also?
yeah, so I think Deep Blood forgot to mention him, which we all make mistakes. So I think he will be a part of that race because he did win his first race on Sunday at Iowa. So I don't see why not. So
Okay.
we'll definitely have to get in touch with Deep Blood, and yeah, I would love to have plays officials.
Let's
I
get
I
here's what the deal is. Let's get two. Let's see what we could do. Let's get plays official underscore official. Okay. I
okay,
apologize if I don't know the names,
yeah,
but let's get
okay,
him on Sunday night. We could even come in on hour number 2 and kick off at 10:30 if you guys are
yeah,
available. Okay, our show on Sunday is from 9:30 to 11:30 at night.
yeah.
Okay, if you guys want to come in and join in, reach out to Jake, and then we'll get you guys situated, and we'll have you
I
guys
mean,
come in. Um, yeah, the ski mask. There you go. Why don't we get plays underscore official, and let's get ski mask
Yes,
in here
yes.
Sunday
Yeah,
night, 10:30 p.m. if that works for everyone here. And then
yeah,
everyone will be on. We could have a big chat about everything that's going on about the
yeah.
race
I would love that.
on Monday. How about that?
I
There we go. We got some guests coming on our show. So we got an
awesome,
impactful show
awesome.
for Sunday. Check it out. As well, tune in. You got to tune in now on Sunday night. Um,
Justin, man, man, this is awesome. I think
that's
I can
great.
speak on all of us, man. Thank you for allowing this to happen, man. This is really
That's
cool.
fine. Hey,
It definitely gives us a chance to be able to make a big name for ourselves. Because I mean, we try our best. Because I can easily remember after WKR was banished. You know, it was D Blood, it was Young and Ready Racing, the Soaps, everyone that got involved. Ski Mask himself said, "Why don't we just make our own league?" And then I don't know who came up with the idea for the name, but then we all pitched in. And you know what they say in Drake's song: "Started from the bottom, now we're here." We started from the bottom. We started doing some of the ARCA stuff. We started doing Xfinity cars. And then we
right.
reached to where we have now an ARCA series, which is in the Xfinity cars, the Cup cars, obviously, and then it seems like the Truck Series has been our prime time one because it's on a Monday night schedule.
Right.
So I'm really excited about this, and
Man,
also
you're killing me on a Monday night, man. We got wrestling, we got football. I mean,
you got racing,
like
and
this should be like a Friday, Saturday night deal. But listen, it's all good. So listen, all right, plays_official. Ski Mask will join us on Sunday night, 10:30. All right, Jake will get with you with the details. We thank you
yeah,
guys for tuning in. Listen, we're not over yet. We got 2 hours of all of this here. We got we got the race coming up, so we're promoting the race. Listen, this is a talk show. This is the reason why. I think it would be boring. I don't know if we have enough to talk about with football. If we could carry ourselves for 2 hours. So I don't have a
just
problem talking about this. But here's the thing. This is what you do. We're promoting what you're doing. Just like we promote the NWF, which will be there Saturday night. It's not just strictly about wrestling and football and baseball. If you want to talk about something, let's bring it up. Because listen, like I said, let's promote something else. Coming up at the beginning of the year, the J&J Talk Show will be bringing changing to TNC, the brand TNC. And within there, we will have the Jay and Trey podcast through there. Same thing like normal. We will bring other people on, but it's going to be 5 days a week. We're going to need conversation. So maybe
yeah.
as we build our content too, you guys, we can include, weekly newses. You guys are year
Yeah.
round. It's not like it's a seasonal thing.
Yeah, so and I do want to send a shout out real quick. I hope you don't mind me doing this real quick before we get to plus whatever that we need to get to. So if you're a driver, a part of TVR, um, we have D Blood does a lot of stuff for the league. He does
Okay.
stickers, but he also does cups for the
Yeah.
drivers. And this one has my driver's number on there. And if I
Yeah.
turn it around,
Is this
it's
your
got
cup? That's your cup.
this is my cup. Yes, this is my cup. It's got the league's logo, Thunder Valley Racing League, and on the bottom it's got my gamer tag. So yeah, this is
I want to
for
give a
all the
quick shout out.
drivers.
Hey, plays_official. Thank you so much for tuning in, commenting down below. I enjoyed the conversations I had with you. Listen, if you got to go, I appreciate it. That's fine. Come back and tune in the rest of the episode. It's on YouTube, like I said,
And
and
Spotify.
then finish watching out. But we will be getting into football in hour number 2, though. So, you got to be open to all sports still. But thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on Sunday
Someday.
night. But listen, all right, send me that link also. Send me that cup link. All right.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to see that cup link. Where can we get them? Can fans order them?
I mean, he does take orders. I mean, he does take
Okay.
orders. So I don't see why not. So I know D Blood. He loves doing this. And when I asked him, if you don't care to make me a cup,
Well, because
I
here's the
mean,
deal. Because let's do this right the first way.
yeah.
How much are they? First of all, how much are they?
Oh, I mean, like, with all the detail and stuff like that, it's only like $40 plus shipping. I mean,
Okay.
that's really, I mean, it all
Okay.
depends on what he
Let's
adds
do this.
because,
Does he have a link, or is there a way to reach out to him?
There is a
If you
there is a
want one of the
way.
cups.
I mean, if you want one of the cups, I can honestly say it'll probably be Facebook.com/Thunder Valley Racing League.
Okay.
I mean, Joe. I mean, because I mean, I'll tell you this though. It doesn't take just putting this on there. It takes a lot of hard work, and he puts a lot
Right.
of work and effort into making these cups. And
Well,
so,
because listen, I'm not going to be a bias against this, but you're on our show. I gotta be a fan of yours. So if I
yeah,
gotta get, I love the tumblers. Okay, I do. I collect them. I collect all the. So I gotta collect that one. I gotta get yours out there. So I need to get one down here soon.
imagine him making a J&J talk show for you guys, having the orange with the
Well,
the
see,
logo
so that's
on
the
there.
thing. We're gonna have to try to get him to do like a TNC or the TNC brand with the Jay and Trey podcast. Because we're coming,
I mean,
like I said, we got one more month of this. Coming up at the end of December, we're transitioning into another channel. So
yeah,
we gotta see what we could do to get a cup like that as well. But hey, listen, send me the link on that as well, and we'll get that up there too. Because listen, even if you don't, it's a number, it's a link, it's supporting somebody. And it's going to a good cause. I mean, Thunder Valley Racing. Listen, let's grow it. I mean, gaming is such a big industry. So Jake will give me the link. We will get it up on our social media pages, and we'll get. Hey, it's not just Jake. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of guys out here that he makes cups for, right? And so
yeah,
let's.
Honestly, for you,
let's read some of these names here. You got D Blood,
TCW.
TCW. JD. So I mean, if you want a cup, I don't know what numbers are affiliated with or whatnot, but it's great to come out there and support the Thunder Valley Racing League and these racers, and and get one of your mugs and start wearing it, start carrying it around and drinking it proudly, and I mean that's what it's all about, right? I mean we can't.
Yeah. So
we'll get the link out there.
And plus, I mean, the lid's sealed on tight, so I mean, your drink or whatever you're drinking doesn't.
I mean, it's an authentic tumbler that you would probably buy for like $30 at a store, but he's making a custom-made one for you.
Custom-made one that has your number, that has the league's logo, and it has your own gamer tag on there. When I first got this, and yet the man knows I love to drink Mountain Dew. Everyone knows I love to drink Mountain Dew. But he actually put in, I can't remember where it is. He actually put in an old school Mountain Dew logo, little sticker that says "Powered by Mountain Dew." I love that, and I was like, "Thank you, D Blood. That was so cool." And I carry it around with me to work, and no one's like, "Where'd you get that cup?" I'm like, from my boss, and I can't say this enough to D Blood, and I want to say this to him real quick, is that he has made a huge impact when it comes to not only the league, but to help me out becoming better as a driver, as a broadcaster. He's always made like a huge impact. So D Blood, man, thank you for all that you've done for us and the whole entire league, man. Thank you.
Hey, listen. Hey, D Blood, thank you as well. Giving us other promotion stuff to talk about. Easy, fun, simple to do. Not a problem. So we got that Sunday booked. We got a lot more coming up here. Bottom of the hour here as we approach to 10:30. We're gonna take you to 11:30. I know Jake wants to get into some wrestling this past week because there's a lot of wrestling that went on. So we will transition into that. We got NFL Week 13, hour number 2 coming up here. And so, hey, stay tuned. We're having a good time right here. We'll be right back right on the J&J Talk Show. I love this song for some reason. I
Starting to
don't
grow
know
on
what
me.
it is. It's catching a beat. I really like it, man. Oh god.
It's about damn time you get it right. I'm up all night. You keep pretending that you'll keep fighting.
All right, this is okay. So this song here is called "Out of Here" by Humble Hay featuring Jennifer Holm. I love this song for some reason. That's why we got to get into our show.
It's
Each and
definitely
every
starting to grow on me.
episode. Now listen, you can check Jennifer Holm and Out of Here, Humble Hay, right there on Epidemic Sound. They license our music that we play here. And try not to get flagged or cut off through whatever we can. I'm gonna try to stay away from Spotify. I know there's a lot better songs, but man, I got to build up the diversity, and I think this is like one of my number one song right now on Epidemic Sound. So kudos to that. Hey, listen, man, where are we getting snow at? So Plays _official say he has a shovel of snow. Where are you from that you're playing that you're having the shovel of snow from right now at this godly hour?
I'll say because since
you ready for the snow?
Still, not really. I'm not ready for the aches. I'm not ready. But the way I feel about
the
it
aches
is
are already here. It's cold as fuck right now. Okay, my knees are cracking at every step I take.
But
my hands have it's freezing. It's bad. I can't tell you about that. But
if there's one thing I can say for a perfect day is to have snow on the ground, and have one hand on some hot cocoa, and then you get a chance to watch some football. That was to me. It's always been a perfect day.
You want snow on the ground, hand a cup of hot cocoa or coffee, whatever you want to drink, a hot beverage. How about that? And then walk in the snow in your bare feet.
Oh Lord, no! Oh Lord, no! I can't imagine that. I would just say I would rather do the football than walk through the snow. No, thank you.
Well, good luck to Plays _official for shoveling that snow, and we'll look forward to seeing him on Sunday night. That's gonna be an epic showdown. I can't wait to start promoting that. But listen, all right, it's been a whole week out of since we last talked to you. Want to come back into it. A lot of things happened. A lot of things have happened in WWE over the last week. No, don't spoil it for me. I did not watch Dynamite last night. I still have to watch it.
I'm
don't
not
spoil
going
that
to.
for me. But talking about Dynamite last Wednesday, probably I know I told Trey this, probably one of the greatest promos I've seen cut between two men inside the ring since John Cena and The Rock a decade ago, right? MJF and CM Punk cut a 20-minute promo just going after each other to start the show. 20 minutes. We've never really seen this, and it got me intent for the place, and I love this so much. I'm a bigger fan of MJF because of this promo too, because he went original. Man, and then I'll before I let you talk, I'll put this in there too, because Monday Night Raw tried to imitate that. I'm sorry, I don't mean to bash on Raw or WWE on this case, but Monday Night Raw tried to imitate that promo that AEW did back on Wednesday by having Edge and The Miz go at it, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad promo, but it felt like it was filtered, and it felt like their hands were tied. It felt WWE regulated. But it was a decent promo nonetheless.
Yeah. So the thing is that I want to start off talking about with Punk and MJF is that the big question is where was MJ going to go after his feud with Darby Allin at Full Gear, and where was Punk going to go after Eddie Kingston's feud at Full Gear? And it was MJF a couple of weeks ago cut a promo, and then out came CM Punk being silent, didn't shake MJF's hand, and pretty much just walked back to the locker room. Now, last week, I was wondering what was going to happen between these two. It was Punk supposed to be taking on QT Marshall. He came out with his entrance, and then all of a sudden you hear MJF's music. I'm thinking, oh boy, this is about to be something, because thankfully, I got a chance to watch it online. I couldn't get a chance to watch it on cable because my grandma didn't have cable. But when I seen MJF coming out, I'm like, okay, he's going to end up running his mouth, and then they're going to end up getting to a brawl. But that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. You had MJF going after CM Punk, going after him being a part of the UFC, taking shots at Triple H and John Cena with his time, with Punk's time with the WWE, and it was incredible. Then Punk said, "You know what? I'm not going to be silent anymore." He grabs a microphone, and then Punk goes after him, and then he says, "You know what? You just look like you're just a low budget Miz." And that's literally what every fan has been saying. But once when Punk said that, the whole Chicago crowd, everyone's mind went blown. These two has been going at it. I am loving this feud right now.
I mean,
It's definitely-
even MJF threw some battles back at CM Punk, calling him old, and he was the PG Punk, and there was a lot of great. I mean, I say great originals coming out of this promo. And I feel I've heard this said before throughout this last week, and I really agree with this. This is honestly one of the greatest promo cuts. Because it's already difficult to capture the audience's attention for 5 minutes. To do it for 15, 18 minutes. And then no one got tired of it. And the thing is that you start off small and then you got to build your way up the ladder and get more intense. And they executed that. So they really got into it. And I loved how the ending happened. They were about to throw down, and then MJF walked out of the ring.
Typical MJF.
I can't stop comparing. I can't stop because I mean, look, he took off his jacket, he unbuckled, he unbuttoned his collars,
sure.
And he was ready to go.
Yeah. Then he runs out of the ring, and then says, "Nope, not today. Not today."
Well, here's the thing, because this is the exact same thing that Raw did, and Raw exactly imitated. I'm sorry, but I mean, don't get me wrong. Edge and The Miz, they cut a really good promo. I don't think any two other men, they would have said anything about it. But for me, as a audience, you knew this would happen. Like just a week prior to this, the same exact promo cut better than yours. The only reason why it's not getting as much heat as copying AEW's scene is because it's Edge and The Miz, but I mean, even Edge threw out some really good points. Hey, you left your best friend to get fired, to go Dancing with the Stars. You're not worthy enough to mention. There was just a lot of going back and forth, and Miz, I mean, Edge won the promo for sure, but
I mean,
we have not seen good promo cutting since these four men.
I would say this, and yeah, Edge is starting to grow on me a lot because ever since he made his return, it's like whatever Edge does, Edge definitely brought up everyone's attention with his feud with Seth Rollins, which, by the way, in my opinion, rivalry of the year, might I add. I mean, Edge has not stopped, and what he did this past Monday, even though you can't really compare it with the whole AEW thing, I still liked it because Edge is he's doing whatever he can to build
whatever time he has left.
Yeah, with whatever time he has left.
But you got to remember, that, Bryan Danielson. One of the reasons why I see leaving WWE is such a great thing for Bryan Danielson is because his days are numbered. We know that.
Mhm.
3 years, and you don't know where he's going to go afterwards. You don't know if he's going to last those 3 years. So every time, and the same goes to Edge. Every time you step in the ring, it could be your last moment. Hands down.
Yeah.
We've already seen this once in his career, and I don't think he's going to go through it again. And he's up there in age. He's almost ready to retire. He looks like he's ready to retire. So he needs to enjoy every moment. I don't have a problem with him feuding with The Miz. I'm not a big fan of The Miz because he, Edge just pointed out some tolerable things that is worthy enough to mention, but
I mean, the thing is like Edge is. I mean, you mentioned it. He's trying to enjoy as much as you can. And if there's one thing I can honestly say is that the match that he had at SummerSlam with Rollins, the Hell in a Cell match that he also had, if he ends up riding off into the sunset, I think what we can remember him for in his last days with WWE is that he never stopped. He had an incredible feud with Reigns for the Universal title, and then going to Rollins, and then The Miz. I feel like those three all together would make sense to go after because Reigns is obviously the Universal Champion. Rollins, who's been getting really hot as of late, especially with what he's been doing this year, and then The Miz, yes, he just came back, but don't count on Miz. He can end up pulling off some stuff that be typically heelish, but will make sense at the time. So for Edge and Miz to go at it, like I talked about it on TikTok, which by the way y'all need to follow us, it's I like it. I like it. Like, give me Miz, give me Edge.
I
okay
like
with
it a
this.
lot.
Like, give me the stuff where I can just have some popcorn and have some dew. Let me enjoy this. And can I tell you what I really didn't enjoy about what WWE is doing right now? Friday night.
Vince McMahon and Austin Theory.
Oh,
That's terrible.
No, that was terrible. First of all, but no.
Thank goodness we're talking about Thunder Valley Wrestling. You're saving my show on Sunday night.
I'm literally going to try to save it as much as I can. But what I did enjoy from WWE, besides the whole Austin Theory and Vince McMahon, was the Black Friday Battle Royal. Let's talk about that, shall we? So, for those who don't know,
let's not talk about it.
Come on. We have to talk about this. Because so WWE Friday Night SmackDown decided that we're going to have a Black Friday Battle Royal to determine the number one contender for Roman Reigns' Universal Championship. And the only person that was not allowed to be a part of it was Drew McIntyre. Why? I don't know. Because he might have had his shot with Lashley and they said no more WWE or Universal Championship shots. I don't know, but he wasn't a part of it. So I was texting Trey while we was watching SmackDown. I said, if there's one guy that deserves the Universal Championship shot, it's Jeff Hardy. I mean, just like Edge, his days are running out of time with WWE, and I would like it. Reigns against Jeff Hardy. This will give Jeff Hardy a huge spotlight. I can't tell you the last time he had a huge spotlight was probably since whenever he won the WWE Championship back at Armageddon. That was like probably back in 2009.
I don't think Jeff Hardy's going to actually win another title. I think Jeff Hardy will feud with Reigns, especially if it looks like Reigns is going to hold on to that title a lot longer than we expected. I think a lot of people. I think we talked about this on Sunday. Is the bloodline going soft or going stale? And I think the overall experience was not the bloodline was going stale as the story. Bloodline was that the competitors for the bloodline is kind of stale, if you know what I mean, because they don't really have no one else on that roster. You think of maybe Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Jeff Hardy. Definitely is one of the guys that you had the conversation for. But really realistically, you're kind of almost doing everything you've already can for the bloodline now. How much longer can you keep it going?
That's a good question. To me, in my opinion, the bloodline, I feel like they shouldn't be in the same show because I feel like the Usos could have gone off to Raw to try to be able to make a better, representative of the bloodline in a different brand. I mean, I know we had the Usos brother representing them in NXT. I forgot what his name was, but
Solo
I don't know.
Sikoa, something like that.
Something like that. I mean, but yet he's doing tremendous, and I do feel like the bloodline just needs to split, just to give each other time away from each other, but. What WWE is doing right now, I don't understand because for those who didn't watch SmackDown, Sami Zayn pushed Jeff Hardy after Hardy thought that he was the only one in the ring. So Sami Zayn gets the title shot. But you know what was overshadowed that? Brock Lesnar coming back to SmackDown.
Well, so here's the thing. I don't understand. Isn't Sami Zayn on Raw or is he on SmackDown?
He's on SmackDown. He's on SmackDown.
So he's on SmackDown. He wins the title shot. First of all, Sammy or Roman? It doesn't make sense. And now you throw in Brock Lesnar. I feel like this just sets up for Sami Zayn to be, demolished fucking on SmackDown here this Friday. I mean, it looks
I don't know why.
poor Sammy. Poor. Ever since he found the egg, he's being utilized as this. I mean, I know. Listen. I get it. He's probably out the door at the end of the year. But I mean, this is. I
don't know.
I feel bad for the guy. For a guy I hate. You know, one thing I will tell you about Edge, though. Okay, I loved Edge. Once I understood, it took, I think, it was about a decade ago that I finally understood the purpose of the heel and how important a show was operated on how good your heel is. Why SmackDown is so great? Roman Reigns plays a fucking good heel. I'm telling you, you hate his ass. He's so hated. I feel like he's as hated as JBL. And I'm telling you, growing up, JBL was the most hated guy.
I mean, not only that, but you also got.
Once Edge mastered that hated, because remember, Edge went through with Vicky and Chavo and
La Familia,
Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, right? After he did that, he was the most hated. And for me, that was my top selling point. Now in Raw, I don't have any hated guys. I mean, Seth Rollins, I don't even hate, to be honest. But Roman Reigns, you really he's so disgusting. You know what I'm saying? You love him so much that you hate him, kind of like a John Cena. But the reason why, I love Edge, because I loved Edge since I understood the heel promo and how that heel worked in professional wrestling. And now to come back, it's like, dude, just take the joyride and be a Randy Orton right now. Just enjoy every match. He can't, and Edge is doing that.
Yeah,
but,
I mean,
I would love to see him feud with The Miz. I don't think that's bad. It's not elevating anything. You're re-sparking something that never happened 20 years ago, and it's like it's not going to happen now. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad match. I think they work well with each other, but I would rather see Edge versus Finn Balor. But here's my thing with Edge. He comes back and wins the Royal Rumble from injury, right? And his goal is like, listen, I never lost the title when I had to leave. So I should, I want the title back. That's what he was preaching at back in January, right? Then he has, he earns himself a title match. But instead of getting that title match, he gets the title match in a triple threat match because Bryan Danielson got himself involved. So Edge never really got a clear opportunity. By the time he got another opportunity, Seth Rollins got involved. So it's not like, the reason why he's coming back is because of the title. Now he's gotten occupied with it, and now it's not about the title anymore. I really think he should try to fixate. I guess the only reason why you don't do that is because of, Big E. You're not going to have Edge and Big E go after each other.
I mean, not only that, but I mean, you also got to think about the situations. I mean, if Edge were to try to get involved with Big E, Rollins, and Owens, it wouldn't really make much sense. The fact that they've been building up this whole thing between Owens, Rollins, and Big E. And I do want to announce for those who has not seen Raw or anything, is that instead of a one-on-one match between Rollins and Big E for the WWE Championship, it is now being going from a triple threat, adding Kevin Owens involved.
Right. So you know what you should have done? The whole idea of this is because Kevin Owens is out the door.
Yeah.
He gave kind of like that last push. But you should have had Seth Rollins and Big E fight each other, and then Kevin Owens gets involved and just disqualifies Big E and attacks Big E, and then that way you should have just had a one-on-one match.
Yeah, I agree. And I didn't mean to change topics for a little bit. There's one thing I definitely do. I do want everyone to keep an eye on, is that this Sunday, because y'all have not known, NXT 2.0 is having a special
War Games.
Yeah. And one of the individuals, and part of it for the first time ever in his NXT career, could be his final match in NXT. And in case you guys don't know who I'm talking about, it is Johnny Gargano. Gargano will be teaming up with Tommaso Ciampa, LA Knight, which is weird to say LA Knight is on a face team, and Pete Dunne.
Wait, hold on. So is Braun Breaker a heel now? I mean, I've been in and out of NXT. I thought that was the babyface team.
No, the babyface team is the OGs. Well, what is known as the
Well,
OGs.
Tommaso wasn't a babyface like a month ago. What's going on?
I mean, it seemed like Tommaso. It seems like he is the babyface because he is the current NXT champion, and Tommaso's been acting like a face tactics. And meanwhile, Braun is also, or Braun, whatever his name is, has been also acting like a face tactic. I'm confused about it,
Right.
but I feel like the new guys are the heels of this feud, and then the
Right.
OGs are the face of this feud. But yet, even though this is the new guys, first time ever in the War Games match, there's two OGs who've never been a part of this, meaning it is LA Knight and
Uh-huh.
Johnny Gargano. And Gargano
Right.
has been there along with Tommaso Ciampa the longest. I
And
mean,
it
we've
may be
seen the
his last
feud.
time there too. I mean, because Johnny Gargano's contract coming. I mean, there's still a chance that he could resign, but I really
I
wish he
mean,
wouldn't. I really wish he would resign. But what more can Johnny Gargano do in an NXT? Let's be honest.
I mean that's my exact same question with Kyle O'Reilly because it also might be his final time with NXT because they're both getting
Right.
ready
So we talk
to
about.
potentially
I know that
release.
there's teased about Undisputed Era going to AEW.
Yeah, I mean, so O'Reilly, he's gonna be done for. Gargano, though, I
So
mean,
the
you guys
thing is
can.
with O'Reilly, though, see, he hasn't had any major title matches. Now they kind of teased him about like 2 months ago when he went into try to face Samoa Joe, and he came out with was it Derek Holland?
Yeah, something like that.
Greg
Yeah,
Holland? Rick Holland. Rick
so,
Holland. Sorry,
Greg Holland, yeah. But
someone.
either way, though,
Some
personally,
Irish guy that's on SmackDown now, right?
that's with Sheamus, but we're not gonna
Yeah.
get into that. But
No.
this is just my opinion, though, and I think I can say on like an NXT's perspective is that, Joe, I'm not a fan of the way it's looking right now. Don't get me wrong, the look's awesome. It's great. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm saying it's like you have a brand new roster filled with incredible talent that you don't like, that fans don't even know who they are. And what upsets me the most is like guys like Kushida, who they brought in from New
Uh-huh.
Japan Pro Wrestling. Guys like Roderick Strong are not given the case of talent that showing their talents they deserve. Roderick Strong is the current NXT Cruiserweight Champion. I
Right.
don't even think he's on the show half the time. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but he needs to be able to be on NXT as much as he is, even with this new group that he has with Stokely Hathaway or whatever his
Well,
name
so
is.
I mean, okay, so he's the new cruiserweight champion. Don't forget, they still have a 205 live episode that I thought they got rid of. It's because they combined it with NXT. You got to remember that NXT is still a developmental stage, so they're trying to build these younger talents now. And that's why you're seeing a lot of the new guys. Now, listen, it's a transition. You're trying to weave in and out the old athletes and trying to bring in the new guys. That's just how NXT is. We went through the same situation when Roman Reigns, remember that class, all of them moved up, and then you got to get used to Adam Cole. But the only thing that helped NXT at that time is that you brought in a Shinsuke Nakamura, you brought in a Adam Cole, who was known in the indie circuit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they brought
Yeah.
in people that was well known. Now that they're trying to semi do that with with some of these newer guys, but I mean, is that type of phrase now? Every 5 years, you kind of need to bring in some new talent and start weaving out the old. I mean, once Tommaso Ciampa drops this one, he's probably done. Once he loses, he's
Yeah.
probably done. He's not coming
Yeah,
up to
and
WWE, and he's not going to go wrestle for an indie circuit unless the money's right.
I mean that is being the case, but right now
So
I think his main focus, as well as the ladies,
I
don't
think you
forget
got
the
it.
ladies. The ladies have a War Games match as well. So I mean, I think Tommaso, he just wants to enjoy his time being with as the NXT champion. I was surprised that they gave it to him after Joe dropped the title due to injury. So
Right.
the fact that
Well, here's the
Ciampa
thing.
has
Right now, like I said, they're making that transition, right? They're making that new roster transition. That's what they're doing. So
Yeah,
right now, you
yeah.
got to have all your titles on someone they know. So it gives you a reason to tune in each and every week. So Joe was going to hold that title until that next somebody that could be the face of NXT comes in. Now, here's the
Yeah,
thing. Let's get to a break really fast, okay?
yeah.
When we come back, I'll have one more question for you about wrestling. But When we come back, we got to get right back into football. We'll take you up until 11:30. Okay, right here on the J&J Talk Show.
Yeah.
Jake, let me ask you this really fast, if you don't mind. But last question
Yeah.
for wrestling here. I talked to Trey a little bit on Sunday about the bloodline being stale. The question was, who is that person to overcome Roman Reigns? So far, every person that stepped up to Roman Reigns since the bloodline has been set down. Now, we talked about some guys. Is Brock Lesnar the guy that's going to beat Roman? Now it's the question that who's going to beat Roman Reigns? Is that Brock Lesnar? Is that Roman Reigns?
As far
Let me ask you
as
this. Or is that not Roman? I'm sorry. Is it Brock Lesnar? Or is it The Rock? Right? Because we talk about The Rock coming back. Well, let me ask you this:
Yeah.
What happens if it's not any of them? What if the guy to beat Roman Reigns is someone from within the WWE that's in WWE right now?
Yo, before I get to my pick as far as who in the WWE wise, but if you had to pick between Brock or The Rock, I think The Rock would definitely made a whole lot of sense. Considering the fact, he's part of the bloodline.
Right.
With him, Roman Reigns.
Because now the storyline right now for me doesn't. You bring him Brock back to fill in seats, but you bring him back every time for him to lose. That doesn't make sense to me. So
it don't. It didn't really make sense.
He's a dominant person. I'd rather have him win and take the title off. I've been preaching about this since day one. You do not need that title around Roman Reigns to have the Roman Reigns and The Rock match when they go to Hollywood, if that's the direction they're going. But like I said, I would choose The Rock every day. But like I said, what happens or what if Who is that person to beat Roman? And what happens if that person is not The Rock or is not Brock Lesnar, and that's somebody else that's already on the roster?
So
Because I
this
can
is
tell you one person that comes to mind that's already in WWE that will be
Mhm.
a perfect fit to overthrow the Bloodline.
Before I get to my pick, I want to ask you who's yours first. I want to see
No,
who
no,
yours is
I'm
first.
I asked you this question. You answered this question for me.
All right. For me, as far as like the whole SmackDown roster or for the whole roster in
I'm
general,
talking
I
about the
feel like
entire WWE roster, the entire WWE roster, all levels.
there is three individuals, but if I had to pick one, I'm gonna say Drew McIntyre. And let me say why. Let me tell you why. Because Drew McIntyre has the ability to be able to dethrone Roman Reigns. We've seen him in a lot of big match situations whenever he was the WWE champion. He went through a lot of guys like AJ Styles and Randy Orton and Sheamus. So I don't see why not McIntyre cannot dethrone Roman Reigns. McIntyre is easily my pick.
So when I ask you to think about the WWE roster, I mean all aspects. I mean all brands. You're looking. You're everyone that's tied to WWE right now. You're looking at Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I'm looking at Drew McIntyre. I mean,
have you not watched our Sunday night show then?
I have not. Remember, I was busy doing the broadcast and stuff. Yeah, traveling, and so. But honestly, you can't say, "Oh, boss." I mean,
no. This guy is not actually on the main roster. Matter of fact, this may not happen for over a year because he's still developing. But he looks pretty good. And I feel like they're pushing him the right way if they continue to do so. The only guy that I see that can probably overthrow the bloodline, the tribal chief is, and right now you probably don't look at him this way because his character is differently. But I feel like if you push and you promote Braun Breaker the right way, he could be a really good candidate to bring up. Because you think about it, Roman Reigns still deals with leukemia. That's something you have for life. How much time do you think he has for WWE? Don't forget, these guys came in WWE in their mid-20s, early 30s. So I remember like Roman Reigns when the Shield was formed, Roman Reigns was like 31 or 29 or something like that. Like he was young, but he wasn't that young. He wasn't like no 26-year-old kid. He was already established a little bit.
I mean,
Rollins was in the field. Finn Balor came in at like 34.
Yeah,
or 32.
Finn Balor I didn't really think about Braun because
it's going to take time. It's not going to happen this year. Yeah. It may not happen next year. But if you build him up the right way, here's just the question. Because I was thinking of him versus Roman, but you know who would really who Braun would really benefit beating?
Who?
Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar. Just imagine if Brock came up. Just imagine if Brock Lesnar wins the title at WrestleMania or something like that with Roman Reigns, has the title for a year. Braun Breaker comes up in Hollywood for that WrestleMania and challenges Brock Lesnar and beats him. That would give him a huge push.
There was something I thought about with Braun, and this is something I've always thought about, is that Braun can be the guy. He can be the guy. And
I think he is the guy. I think it's WWE letting him be the guy.
Yeah, and honestly, this is just my opinion. I don't think we'll see his first main roster appearance until possibly January
2023.
No.
Braun Breaker, hold on. No, Braun Breaker's WWE. I'm talking about Raw SmackDown pay-per-view match won't be until 2023.
I'm talking about his first big match would be at the Royal Rumble. That would make a lot of sense.
Well, okay.
Because let me tell you why.
Here's the thing. No, let me tell you this.
Let me hear me out. Because if you're trying to develop a fresh young wrestler, you're gonna you need to put him on your show because not all roster can be filled. The whole main roster can't fill those spots. You're gonna have to have a couple of NXT guys. So that's what I'm saying is give Braun the chance.
Maybe we get a little taste of him. But here's my thing. He's not coming up to Raw or SmackDown next year.
No,
I say he
at least-
comes
at
up
least-
in 2023. But here's the deal, because he's down in NXT. I believe that he will win the NXT championship for a while and hold on to it, because that's how you build him. You let it grow, let him overcome obstacles. I would not even throw him at Royal Rumble. It's too soon.
I mean,
I
the
will
thing
throw him
is,
in Crown Jewel or Survivor Series. Bring back the NXT versus WWE at Survivor Series and put him in that.
I mean, but at the same time, though, I mean, WWE has put in some NXT guys who even they just signed. I mean, if you think about a couple of years ago, whenever Shotzi,
You're right,
Mercedes Martinez,
but what happens to them? What happens to them? They all end up leaving.
I think the only one I
I
mentioned
don't.
was Shotzi. and
You,
he's-
I
and she's with-
don't know, but because the thing is that you're building Braun Breaker up. So unless Brock Lesnar enters the Rumble match, and unless Brock Lesnar is the one to throw him over, because you got to think about it. The way I think about it is that the winner, whoever eliminates Braun Breaker, if he enters in the Royal Rumble match, should be his first feud in WWE. And the way whatever not Brock Lesnar gets into the match, he could be that guy who throws over Braun Breaker, and then a year later, Braun Breaker comes back and starts that feud.
See, this is something I always thought about with Braun Breaker and the Royal Rumble, and this is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you right now, is that make him a star in the part of the Rumble. Make him a star. Put him in the Final Four. Put him even in the Final Two.
I say no. I say no. Don't push him that way. I say whoever his first feud in WWE is going to be, eliminates him. If he's the one to join in, because you kind of want to kind of taste it, throw it away. Taste it, throw it away, because he's going back down to NXT. Then we look at it the next year.
Well, I mean, the thing is, though, is that come January, some people from NXT are going to have to be a part of that Rumble for the men's.
Right,
and the
I know,
women's.
but there's so many other people that you could choose from, though. I don't know. Let me sleep on it. I'm saying no right now. I'm saying just leave him out. You got your pay-per-view the night before. Don't ruin him.
Yeah, I mean, then again, I mean, how many people have we seen who wrestled at pay-per-views the night before be a part of it? So, if I'm not mistaken,
I get it.
Adam, I mean, look at this away.
Adam Cole?
Adam Cole, who
Johnny
had
Gargano?
Ricochet. I mean, Casey,
Andrade?
Andrade.
Yeah, I get it.
Bo Dallas.
I say no. I just say no.
I'm saying yes. I definitely want to hear y'all's opinion on
We
the
can
comments.
agree to disagree here.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm saying yes. I guess we will find out at the Royal Rumble.
I guess we'll. Hey,
which is, by the way, coming to January 29th.
And yet, if he's in it, then I want us to go back on this stream on December 2nd, to go back on this stream and say, hey, Jake was right. He is in the Rumble. So
I will come on the air and I will tell you, Jake, you were right. Well, listen, I don't even say that he shouldn't be in the Royal Rumble. I'm just saying that it's really, for me, way too soon. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be in the Royal Rumble. I'm just saying it's too soon for him. Listen, we could probably spend the next 8 hours talking about wrestling. We got to move on. It's football. Listen, I just saw a news feed on my phone. Adrian Peterson signs to the practice squad of the Seattle Seahawks.
Was he with the Titans?
He was. He was released, I think, last week because they picked up somebody else. Forgot who the Titans picked up. I just saw that.
Johnny Raider Racing. He's a huge Titans fan, so yeah, he better. I don't know what he better keep me up to date with this team going on. But wow.
Here, let's transactions, because
I'm curious to see who they signed.
Hold on, I'll give you this. They
please be someone good. Please be someone good.
It was like a week ago. It shouldn't be that long. They cut Adrian Peterson. They signed John Simmons. We're looking for running back. Rodney Smith was added to the practice squad. Golden Tate was added to the practice squad.
Golden Tate, didn't he play for the Giants? Or for the Lions?
Yeah, I
It
think
was one of the
Hold on.
two. It was one of the two.
Dontrell Hillard was added to the practice squad. Hold on, I'm trying to.
For those who are watching,
What?
I'm kind of confused. I'm confused as you are.
They cut back. This was back on the 22nd of November. They cut him. Anyways,
Wow.
hey, look, I'll get more information here on that here, but look, let's look at the standings. Give me the preview. Who's your favorite team right now?
Pittsburgh Steelers. And if you ask what happened,
After the humiliation they had against Cincinnati last week?
so this poll will give y'all a laugh. So I just got home from Kentucky, and here I am. I'm coming to my room, and I'm packing. I'm thinking, let's go see how the Steelers are doing because I didn't have much service. So I turn on the TV and I see 41-10 at like whatever second it was left on the clock, and I just turned it back off. And I'm thinking, we'll get them next week. And now I have some breaking news that I hate to announce, but TJ Watt, who's been out of action for a couple of weeks now, will not be playing Sunday because he's now on the COVID list. So our defense is not going to show up on Sunday against the Baltimore Ravens.
You know who else is on the COVID list? LeBron James.
Yep. And for you Lakers fans, I feel sorry, but
No, listen,
man,
I don't. I'm over it. I'm over it.
My only hope right now is if Lamar Jackson can have the performance he had against Cleveland on Sunday, then maybe we might have some sort of hope to beat the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday. That's my only hope.
I'm trying to look at the big names that they picked up. Kevin Hogan's, they signed him. I don't know. All I know is that it was back on the 22nd. They released Adrian Peterson, and they moved on. They picked up somebody else, and they moved on from him. And
real
I
quick,
mean, listen, it is what it is.
but real quick to shout out to Trey, but yet his team came out on top and they played better than what we did. So Cincinnati is looking really strong. At the start of the season, I questioned them because they drafted a receiver instead of a lineman. Because if y'all remember last season, they struggled on the blocking game. I mean, Burrow was getting sacked a lot. I mean, he didn't have the room to throw the ball. But all of a sudden, with his relationship with Jamar Chase, it seems like everything's playing in order.
All right, well, let's do this. Let's take a break. When we come back, we got NFL Week 13 picks. Trey, Justin has already put their picks in. Me and you will go over each and every team. We give ourselves about 20 minutes. They give it plenty enough time to do that. So
It'll be fun.
Stay tuned, you guys. We'll take you to 11:30 right here on the J&J Talk Show.
can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. See, we was cool right before it hit the fence, but it hit the fan when I got him down at the bench. When I took a break, I had to leave and go get cleansed. God forgive me for all my sins. I can't say these cause my last name ain't Ken. Cooking on the stove, that's the way he paid the rent. Working on the pole, that's the way she paid the wish.
Tell you that you missed a wonderful NWF wrestling event, Monster Abyss. I think Jake told you already. Trey told not Jay, remember. Trey told you, huh? About what happened.
Yeah. One thing I would definitely say is I've seen the pictures, and the Monster Abyss looks huge in person, and Monster Abyss is just incredible, and I'm glad y'all had a great time. You guys definitely don't want to miss out on this show on Saturday on December 4th. It's going to be a great one. Make sure you guys check it out. Like Justin said, tickets online are $8, and if you guys try to buy tickets at the door,
Kentucky,
they're $10.
yeah, great stuff going on. Yeah, yeah, let's check it out. If you guys are in the local area, definitely want to check this out. Head on over. Give you something to do here. Man, it's been a book weekend. We also got War Games coming up.
War Games
on Sunday. So War Games, and then let's not forget about Thunder Valley Racing. Yeah, coming up December 6th. 9 p.m. It starts at 8 p.m. for the All-Star Open. You said the winner of that's going to join the 9 o'clock race, huh?
Yep. The winner of that will get a chance to join. I think it might be
and
maybe
then
the first.
Tune in, looks like we got Sky Mask and
Ski Mask.
We got Sky Mask and Ski Mask. Sorry, Skis Mask. And
Ski Mask can play the official.
Plays official joining us. Probably on our show Sunday night. So I'm looking forward to talking with them about that. Listen, let's bring into the NFL Week 13. All right. Let's talk about Thursday Night Football. We got the Cowboys and the Saints. Two teams that lost on Thanksgiving.
And
right here. Both Trey and Justin picked the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, gosh.
Me, I'm going to say the Cowboys, even though I picked them to beat the Raiders last week. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So give me the Dallas Cowboys in this one. That obviously why they should win. The problem is they won't have head coach Mike McCarthy because he will be out due to COVID.
Well, I agree with you. Dallas Cowboys will pick up the win over the Saints. Is this an interesting Thursday night game?
Yes, because it'll be interesting to see how the Cowboys do without Mike McCarthy there, and to see whoever's going to be running all the plays to help them out.
I can see a virtual TV screen with Mike McCarthy on it, and he's calling the plays. And he's like, have you ever seen Big Bang Theory where Sheldon comes out on like a little hoverboard? And
oh yeah,
I'm waiting for that to happen. He's still calling the plays though. I can just see.
I feel like whoever's in charge of the play calling, Mike's giving them everything that they need to know for every situation. It's just I feel like, because Cowboys are struggling right now, to say the least, and I feel like they have the ability to beat the Saints. And the problem is with the Saints is the quarterback situation. Winston's out for the season. I don't know what happened to Taysom Hill, but they got to play better. They got to play better.
And considering that they are in they're in the position to they could still earn themselves an opportunity. I was just looking at the standings because I'm like, dude, okay, you're the Saints are in third place at 5-6, 3 games out of the North up there. But then you take a look at like the wild card game, the spots of the playoff picture, and you're tied. Washington football team is ranked number 7th, but you're still right there in there. That entire North division is all contingency, not only for the North but also for a postseason run. It's kind of sad. One thing I hate about the playoffs, though, I love the 7-game idea. I'm okay with it. I just don't want a team under 500 to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Playoffs?
Well, the way I feel about it is that there's both situations in for both teams. Dallas is trying to become the number one team in the NFC, so they can get that first, so way they get that bye. For the Saints,
right.
I mean, their time is running short. They're gonna have to play better, win games for them to be able to get that wild card spot.
Well, sorry. So let me give you this. Here's the breakdown of the pick standings so far. Justin is at 110. What, lights turn off?
Can you see and hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah. You guys had a blackout?
I don't know what just happened. I don't really know what's going on.
Possibly blackout. I know you're streaming from your phone, so you're not gonna have an issue with that.
I'm surprised I'm still on here, to be honest with you.
You're on your phone, right?
Yeah, I'm on my phone. Yeah,
your phone charged. That's the thing. Your phone's charged, but you're good. Listen. All right. So here's the pick standings. I have 110. Justin has 98. Trey has 60. Jake, because you got the late start, you got 15. Talking about just real quick, let me paint you the image picture here of how week 13 sits down. AFC side, number one leads the Baltimore Ravens sitting at 8-3, followed by the New England Patriots 8-4, Tennessee Titans at 8-4, Kansas City Chiefs 7-4. The three wild cards are the Cincinnati Bengals, Buffalo Bills, and the Los Angeles Chargers. Over in the NFC, Arizona Cardinals lead with the 9-2, Green Bay Packers 9-3, Tampa Bay Buccaneers 8-3, Dallas Cowboys 7-4, and the three wild card spots are the Rams, 49ers, and the Washington Football Team. We talk about the north side of the NFC here. Tampa Bay and Atlanta Falcons go up. Trey chose the Buccaneers to win. Atlanta Falcons belongs to to Justin, but. In my opinion, Tampa Bay is going to walk away with this victory. I feel like they're off to a rocky start. It's, like I said, it's about how you end with 5 more weeks left, or right, 5 or 6. Yeah, 5 more weeks left of the season. Anything can still happen.
Yeah. So this is my opinion. After Larry Fournette's 4 touchdown win over the Colts, I don't see why they shouldn't beat the Atlanta Falcons. So give me the Buccaneers on this one.
Okay, we got Arizona and Chicago. I know that Kyler Murray was limited to practice this week. I also heard something about who's coming back. Thought someone's coming back here.
Maybe Zach Ertz, maybe.
So I got a Kamara Cooper, or Cooper Kamara. He's questionable for Sunday. Chase Edmonds is expected to be back also. Again, not this week, but next week. And then also DeAndre Hopkins is limited to practice. I'm still choosing Arizona. I think that's my favorite coming into the rest of the season.
After lackluster performance that we've seen from Chicago against Detroit, almost losing to Detroit, I don't see why Arizona shouldn't be able to have the performance to be able to win. Real quick, if I end up losing connection, I think there might be a power outage going on, here. But if I end up losing connection, I do apologize to you.
You're good. You're good. We got this covered. Hey, Los Angeles Chargers and the Cincinnati Bengals here, Sunday throwdown here. I'm going to be honest with you because Trey and Justin chose the Bengals. The Chargers, I feel like they're done. Each time you kind of anticipate them to play good, or that they actually have a chance of making a run, the Chargers just end up choking. They got a lot of other issues going on in LA and San Diego. It seems like the Rams and the Chargers are frauds. At least from what I'm hearing. Gosh.
Well, honestly, I was watching Pat McAfee's show about the Chargers, and he said there could be a day where everyone shows up and they play great, but then there's a day where, like Sunday, they don't come and play like they should be playing. And the Chargers,
like they did against the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, like the Baltimore Ravens, and then what happened this past Sunday against the Denver Broncos. And if you look at Cincinnati's perspective, as much as I hate the team, as much as I hate it, I got to give credit where credit's due. They've been playing tremendous all season long. I don't see why the Bengals shouldn't come out of top. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go with Bengals. And I'll even say this, give me a 21-point game. Because
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this about the Bengals. They've been impressive. I thought maybe this was going to be the first half impressiveness. They've really shown it. They're at home. They have the advantage. And here, let me say this about the Chargers. I grew up in San Diego. I watched the Chargers. This is Chargers football. They call this in San Diego. They call it Marty Ball because of Marty Schottenheimer. All right,
Marty
they called it
Schottenheimer.
Marty. Yes, remember that head coach?
Yeah, I remember that.
I love the dude. He's a great guy. It's just they play Marty Ball where they get up to a lead or they look like a logistic team and they turn out to be just terrible, horrible. So we're all going Bengals on this one. You still with me, Jake? Hello. Looked like he cut out for a second. All right. Let's see if he can get that back and going. Coming up next, we also got the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Let me tell you this. I don't know if I got to go with the Detroit Lions. I am all in and buying that they will win a game this season at some point. And they had an opportunity, a very good opportunity against the Bears last Thursday on Thanksgiving, brought down by penalties. But the Lions, I'm choosing Lions over Minnesota. We also got the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Houston Texans. I'm choosing the Indianapolis Colts on this one to pick up a victory. They're on the road, but I feel like they will win. The New York Jets over in Miami, New York Giants over in Miami. Miami has been impressive as of late. I think maybe the Dolphins will pick up a victory over New York. New York Giants have been up and down, left and right, inside and out. Philadelphia Eagles take on the New York Jets. Both. I will also choose the Eagles on this one. Kind of let me just repack for you as well. Trey is choosing the Vikings. Justin and I are choosing the Lions. We're all choosing the Indianapolis Colts. Trey is choosing the Dolphins. Justin is choosing the Giants. I'm choosing the Dolphins as well. The Eagles is straight across with the Eagles. We also got Washington and the Raiders. Trey's to choose Washington, and Justin's chosen the Raiders. I tell you what, something about this one here. The Vegas Raiders are finding themselves still involved, very well involved in everything that's going on with with everything that's going on so far this season. So I'll tell you this. The Raiders, let's not disagree or get away from how the Washington football team's been playing. They're impressive. I look at the standings as of today. Playoff rankings, Washington's 5-6. The Raiders are 6-5, I believe. 6-5, very evenly matched up. But I'm choosing the Washington football team on this one. The Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Here's a game that I want to tell you about. Both Trey and Justin chose the Rams. I'm choosing the Rams. And here's why. The Rams don't look like the Rams the last couple weeks. And this is an opportunity for the Rams to get back into the swing. And it starts now. If the Rams can't come back into the mix of things and they got to treat this like it's a playoff game, like they're facing the Cardinals, because then they're playing the Cardinals next Monday in a Monday night showdown. So they really need to capitalize and win this game, and not just win. They need to be flawless, because if they want to look at a postseason shot and they want any opportunity in playoffs, then they need to really control themselves here and pick up a victory. They've let in some of the games go that they probably should have easily won. So I am choosing the Rams, and I'm telling you that this is a key, important game for the Los Angeles Rams. Baltimore Ravens over in Pittsburgh. Here's a game that I'm also interested in tuning into. Listen, I just don't know if the Steelers have enough what it takes to do anything more, do any more. I feel that the Ben Roethlisberger is done. I feel like the Steelers just need to shut down and regroup and work on next season. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say this, but the Steelers, they're not in my cup of tea. You're talking about needing to shut down and regroup. Seattle's hosting the San Francisco 49ers. You talk about a team that needs to probably regroup, and I say that the Seattle, I kind of feel like the Seattle Seahawks are out of the postseason picture, and the I feel like because of the Russell Wilson injury, and it's not anyone's fault. He got hurt, and it is what it is. But Seattle at this point, I feel I will give you 3 more weeks. 3 more weeks. I think I've said this before. But after about week 7, 16, 15, I would shut Russell Wilson down. And you're not looking at a postseason opportunity here. I really think that the Seahawks should be kind of refocusing and staying healthy for next season. The Denver Sunday night showdown between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs here. Listen, I feel like the Kansas City Chiefs has been on top of things. So, Sunday night throwdown, I'm choosing the Kansas City Chiefs. Trey has also chosen the Chiefs, and then Justin has chosen the Denver Broncos. By the way, San Francisco Giants is a clean slate across the board with everyone's picks. And so just to keep you updated with that. Listen, also, we come on the last but not least, New England Patriots host over in Buffalo. And I tell you, New England's been very impressive over the last few weeks. Definitely shown them that they're really worthy enough to be in the playoffs, or at least contending. And the fact that now they're surpassed Buffalo, they really get an opportunity this Monday night to go into Buffalo and beat the Bills over there. And so this would be a great opportunity for the Patriots. I am choosing the New England Patriots along with Trey. Justin has the Bills winning this one. I can see it go both ways, but I'm very impressed about how the Patriots have been playing. And the Bills kind of just for me, they don't have what it takes in my honest opinion. In my honest opinion, there, I feel like they've kind of downgraded. So, all right, hey, listen, if you guys want to play with us, okay, head on over to Facebook, head on over to the JJ Talk Show on Facebook, and play with us. Okay, select the teams that you guys want to win, and compare your scores with us. Okay, it looks like Jake had a power outage in his place about 10 minutes ago. Ended up getting off the phone. And then that's okay. Like I said, the show still goes on. We're taking you to 11 o'clock. So he's going to take care of what he's going to take care of. I'm very excited for this Sunday. We want to talk about having, guests and dynamics and everything that's going on in our shows. And I tell you that, to be able, listen, I'm not I am okay with NASCAR, but I don't know a lot about it. I'm okay with, I'm okay with, I'm okay with interviewing anyone. The only issue, like, Trey came to me on back on Sunday and said, listen, I'm going to reach out to NWF Wrestling. I want a promotion. I want one of them to come on. That's great. The only thing I told Trey, and I mean, he's kind of maybe a little salty about this, is I want to watch a few matches, because I don't just want to come in and invite someone on and not know enough about them. So, I really want everything to be as professional and as courteous as possible. So, I told Trey, listen, let's come out to this. We're gonna go out to the event on Saturday night. That's in Ludlow. Tickets are available at $8 a piece, $10 at the door. VIP tickets are $15 for front rows. But we're gonna head out there. We're gonna have a good time. Also, it's at the Ludlow Theater in Ludlow, Kentucky. And I invite, if you're in the local area, you guys want to see a decent wrestling event. This is a decent wrestling event. This is not WWE. This is not Impact Wrestling. This is not AEW. This is your independent circuit that's looking to build up to that. Okay, and they're here. They come out. They take time out of their day, out of their schedule, to entertain and put on a show for each and every one of you guys each and every week. So give the support, give your love. And then listen, if you're not in the area, if you're listening somewhere else, find out your local, if there's a local wrestling venue nearby that does weekly programs, and check them out. I mean, there's no support them, because you may meet the next Rey Mysterio, the next Edge, or the next Roman Reigns in one of these independent circuits. You just never know. So we're going to check that out. Thunder Valley Wrestling, I'm also excited because we're going to get a couple of those guys on this week as well. Thunder Valley Racing is also having their race coming up this coming up Monday. Like I said, you got football, you got Monday Night Raw coming up. 8 p.m. All-Star Opens to be held at 8. Now, the winner of that is going to be entered into the All-Star roster. Okay. And the format is it's on December 6th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The track is Talladega. Series is a cup. Length is 25%. Wear is ×2. So we're hoping to get Ski Mask and plays _ official to come join on, talk about the races and being a racer on our show. So we'll make sure we save some time for that. I also have War Games coming up this Sunday. Now tomorrow I'm going to be on the air for 1 hour. Probably from 10 to 11. And what I want to do on that show is tell you that we will be going over the War Games matches. Now, I've been in and out of NXT 2.0 for a while, but this is the first War Games after the new branding of the program. So I'm excited to bring to you the match cards as well. Listen, I want to thank everyone who participated in the comments earlier today. Listen, I not only I want you to view live. Unfortunately, we couldn't talk Thunder Valley Racing for the 2 hours because it's about football today. But listen, I appreciate you guys got to come on the air, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Tune us in when we go live. Comment down below. We'll share your comments. Promote your stuff. I got no problem doing that. And then head on over to our Facebook, social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and go from there. And then reach out to us if you guys want to talk to us about something, or possibly schedule a time where you could get on the air with us. Especially since our new our channel branding is coming up here as well. So at the beginning of the year, I'm excited about that. We're trying to clean things up and make things more official. So by doing that, we're just trying to be more consistent for you guys. So let us know down in the comments what you guys think. Follow us on the social media platforms. And I'll probably have Jake do a TikTok video of all the teams that he selected for this week so that you guys could cut in from there. So tomorrow, 10 to 11, we have a show for you, getting you guys ready for War Games in the weekend. We have Sunday nights from 9:30 to 11:30. Okay. So we could tune into that. And then also we'll be back again next week as well. Holiday season is coming up, and we will be discussing our top 10 breakout stars of the year, our top 10 maybe underrated stars that don't get enough attention of the year. We're going to rank our brandings between AEW, WWE, and Impact Wrestling. That will be later on, probably towards the end of the month, if not at the beginning. So stay tuned to that. So listen, I had a great time with Jake. I did. Okay. We'll have him back on later on this weekend. But that's all I have for you guys today. And I'm excited. This is kind of it. The wrapping up the end of the show. So on behalf of Jake, gosh, I'm telling you, one of these days I'm going to get this right. On behalf of Jake, the crew, J&J Talk Show Productions here, and myself, we say thank you, and you guys enjoy the rest of your day.